How's it going, guys? It's me again. I got in the mood to do more than one video, so you know what? Let's just do a few and I'll release them over the next couple of days. I want to do something a little different. This is the next thing we'll be getting to, this military surplus, but I kept these to the side because I wanted to get some use on them before I could recommend them. These are like straight off of Amazon sort of lanterns in case you want, you know, that sort of aesthetic for, you know, frontier living if that's your thing. Or if you just want something kind of decorative, which is what this is, and weirdly enough, the decorative one turned out to be better than the one for actual use, being this. I think both of these were on Amazon. They were both like 20 bucks a piece. This one is significantly smaller, and I did go ahead in the meantime, as I was setting up for the next video, and grabbed a tape measure. So let me try and one-hand this thing. There we go. So this one is exactly that tall. This one is exactly that tall. This one is problematic. It looks like it'd be a lot harder use, but it is not, just because they're, well, both Chinesium, and they're just not that great. This one looks like it would be, you know, a lot better built. It's got the little portion in there where you can keep it to the side, so in case of a, you know, a power outage or anything like that, you can throw a lantern on. Maybe you want a cowboy LARP if that's your thing. I know that there's a lot of people that do that. This isn't going to be the thing for you. Since it's so cheaply made, the reservoir, which is right here where all the oil goes in, right here, you can even see it here. The crimp on it is so terrible that it actually leaks the fluid out of it. So I cannot recommend this at all. It looks kind of cool. It's not really worth the 20 bucks. If you want something like this, get a decenter quality one, not the cheapest one on Amazon. This one, I can wholeheartedly say go for it. This one is actually made in the USA, just with, I think, Chinese material. They even sent a spare wick with it. It's around here somewhere. This is tempered glass. You can actually kind of see with the ripples there, if you can see that. That means that it's tempered. The reservoir on this one is great because even though it's still crimped, which is a great way to save money for them, the reservoir is still well below the crimp line. So if you overfill it, yes, it's going to have a little bit of fluids. This still has it too. But the reservoir for it is so low comparative to the crimp, it still works, and it works fantastic. And I really like it, and I somehow, as a smoker, don't have a lighter by me. That's going to be a strike in the book. They both work. The controls on them leave a little something to be desired. This is a little finicky. If you have it too high, it's going to scorch this and superheat the glass, and it's not going to be a fun time. And when you need to remove the glass to blow it out, you're going to burn yourself. And it's super, super not fun. That being said, I can still wholeheartedly suggest it. You're not going to have a massive flame coming out of it because, like I said, you'll superheat the glass, you'll burn yourself, it's not fun. And that's on the good sort of looking at it if you don't, you know, kind of burn everything in sight because you set the flame too high. And the problem with this one, aside from just being not great quality, is if you set the wick too high, I have it about there. That's pushing it, because if you put it up to about there, you will scorch the top of it and completely burn through the paint. So that's fun. You could go to like a Home Depot or a Lowe's or whatever and get grill paint, which is meant to take a serious amount of heat, and paint this again. But at that time, you know, you're paying 20 bucks and a can of grill paint's like another 8 or 10 bucks. So you might as well just get the better one. There's no real savings to be had here. It's kind of fun as a LARP, but that's about it. I'm glad that I have it. You know, worst case, like if it is a genuine worst case scenario, I don't care if the paint's discolored a little bit. I don't. For regular usage, just for like, oh, it's getting a little cool out, I want to make it a little, you know, cozy inside. I don't have a fireplace, but I can use these. It's fine. It's really finicky, but both of these pretty much are. I just don't really, I can't really wholeheartedly suggest this one. I can for this one. It's nice to have backups because when you get down to it, you're going to run out of batteries at some point. It doesn't matter if you spend 20 years stockpiling batteries. Eventually, if you go through a pair of batteries, I don't know, in a week or two, you're going to run out of batteries pretty quickly, especially if you're trying to make sure that other people that you might have with you, whether it be a significant other or your kids or whatever have you, your group runs out of batteries. You want some way to produce light for yourself, and you can use a lot of different things in these to make them run. Paraffin wax, it's not paraffin wax, it's paraffin fluid, I think. I need to look at it, the container again, but it's basically a paraffin petroleum byproduct. It's clean burning, so you can run them inside. You could probably also run lighter fluid in these. I think the lighter fluid is probably just as, if not more expensive than the paraffin, but you can if it's an emergency situation. You know, I don't think anyone's gonna hold it against you. So basically anything that you can use to keep this stuff running is definitely something that can work in your favor. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. You know, what's the old saying? The mother of invention is necessity. Do with that what you will. You could probably run a lot of different sort of flammable material through this aside from gasoline, because that's just going to create a thing that I can't say on YouTube that would have gone in the Chinese ammo crate, but above ground. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at that video. I'm not a big YouTuber, so I can't make the thing pop up in the corner here. So I'm sorry for that. I'll work on that. But yeah, I can't suggest this like at all. Like, this is all fluid that's just seeping out of that crimp and is now going to be soaking into this, which might help keep the plastic of this in good shape, and I'll be doing a video on this immediately after these. Yeah, I can't recommend anyone get this, like, at all. I wish I could track down the Amazon listing for it, but it's long gone. That's the problem when you buy stuff from China. You know, as soon as something is made, there's a single problem, they shut it down, they create a new store, and it's like nothing ever happened. So this, wholeheartedly worth the 20 bucks. It's not super big. I already did the tape measure for it. It's not massive, but it's definitely something that would go great in like a bathroom or a small sitting room or something like that. And you have, even in the worst of times, a little bit of light. So it's just something to keep in mind. Another way that you can diversify, you know, your holdings for something terrible that might happen. I live in an accident-prone region. I think I've said this in a previous video. I don't want to say where, but it's an accident-prone region. There's a lot of acts of God. It's just what it is. So it's good to have stuff on hand where you're not burning through batteries that you might need for other more important things when you just need to do something as simple as go to the bathroom at night. So it's good to have something like this on hand. Thank you so much, guys. I just wanted to break up the surplus a little bit and try and branch out, just like we all should. You know, better ourselves a little bit every day, and we shouldn't go far wrong. Thank you so much, guys.